It's Terry Henney and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A sunny and breezy good morning to you. Jonathan Dent sitting in for Terry Henney on this blustery Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a good day. I'm joined here in studio by Matthew Lester. Matthew, welcome back to another Monday here. And man, what a Monday it is. We've got a breezy one here today, warming up a little bit on the thermometer. But with the wind chill, it won't feel like it. Getting up above freezing this afternoon. That sun helping us out, out a bit in that regard. I'll get to that forecast in just a moment. But looking back at that weekend that we had, Saturday, kind of what we expect to see today. Break of sunshine midday, early afternoon, got us up to 35 for a high, but very windy with gusts out of the southwest blowing near 40 miles per hour out at the airport. Then from there, the temperature pretty steadily declined for the next 24 hours. So 28 was our high yesterday, 22 our low overnight last night. And we're warming up a little bit here this morning. Matthew, right now, what do you got on the thermometer?
Currently, over at the airport, it's fair at 29 degrees. Over in Midland, it's mostly sunny at 32. Here, Radio Center, it's sunny at 29 degrees. We have southwest winds at 26, gusting up to 41 miles per hour. And our pressure's at 29.73, and it's falling.
Yep, and that gusty southwest wind is giving us right now a wind chill of 14 degrees. So definitely not a day to be outside in any sort of baggy clothing unless you want to blow away. A wind advisory is in effect throughout the afternoon until 8 p.m. for us, at least here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay region. Those gusts reaching up to around 45 miles per hour, steady wind speeds between 15 and 25 miles per hour. Still, that's out of the southwest. Despite that, we expect to get up to around 36 degrees for a high today, thanks to some continued sunshine. And we will get some clouds moving in here this afternoon into the evening, so we'll enjoy the sun while we can. Those increased wind speeds, and those will bring in some scattered snow showers with them here this afternoon and evening. Overnight tonight, those clouds thin out a little bit, especially as we get into the later overnight hours. Still gusty, though, winds shifting to be more northwesterly after midnight. Not really letting up too much as a high-pressure system makes its way through the state here overnight tonight. It will be followed by a low-pressure system here in the next 48 hours or so. 15 degrees our overnight low. Snow showers likely to start out tomorrow as that low-pressure system to our northwest quickly moving across. That'll bring snow through the Upper Peninsula and much of the northern Lower Peninsula in the afternoon. Here in the Great Lakes Bay region, we're kind of on the southern edge of what's expected to get any snow, but we are seeing possible accumulations up to an inch. So definitely a factor as we move on through tomorrow. The winds die down a little bit, and depending on how much sun we see before that snow comes through, we are expecting a high between 32 and 34. So once again, up around that freezing mark. Tomorrow night, dropping down to the upper 20s with winds out of the west. Still a decent possibility of seeing a few snow showers. The clouds that we see during the evening sticking around for a little bit into Wednesday morning, but they should clear out for the most part as those winds pick up out of the west between 10 and 20 miles per hour, and those will be gusting up to 30 as we get into Wednesday. So staying gusty all throughout the start of this week. 33 our projected high for Wednesday. The clearing skies will see us cool down a little bit overnight Wednesday night, though, a low in the upper teens before more sunshine on Thursday gets us up near the 40-degree mark. So quite a bit warmer, and the winds should die down at least a little bit during the day on Thursday. Still a possibility we see a little bit of rain and freezing rain in Thursday afternoon and evening. It's a slight chance, but it's there. That as temperatures drop down into the mid-20s overnight Thursday night. Again, if we do see any, we're not expecting to see much of it. And I know it's only Monday, but looking ahead to the start of the weekend, we can hope, right? We see temperatures go from the upper 30s on Friday down into the high 20s, low 30s on Sunday as more cloud cover moves in to insulate us a little bit over the weekend. Our long range outlook takes us through the 9th of February already, if you can believe it here. Below average temperatures to near normal temperatures, kind of like what we're going to see with possible snowfall tomorrow here in mid-Michigan. We're right on the edge of normal and below average in terms of that projection. So take that how you will. We are looking at above average precipitation, though, so we're going to continue to see some precipitation as we move on into the month of February. For January the 27th here, our normal high, 29 degrees. We will be exceeding that. Our normal low for this time of year is 15, so we'll be almost dead on here overnight tonight. No chance of breaking any records, though. Our record high, 62 degrees, set in 1916. And then 70 years later, the record low was set at -12. That in 1986 for this January the 27th. Days are getting longer. Sun will set this evening at 5:41, rise tomorrow morning at 7:56. And we will be talking a little bit more about the weather here as we move through this morning's broadcast. But we're going to take a look at the markets. Who do we got coming up after the break here, Matthew?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
We'll be talking with Gary and Doug in a moment, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Need tree trimming? How about tree removal? You need Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big, no job is too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. They're there when you need them.
We are going to take a look at what's going on in the markets today, and we say good morning to Gary Kaufman from Star of the West. Gary, give us the good news.
Well, I wish I could, Charlie, but we're starting out the week, last week of January here already on the negative side across the grain board here. We seem to, after corn, we had last week we had some highs in, and I think we had a little profit taking on Friday, and we just haven't had a ton of fresh news this morning to help us point back to the upside as we start out this work week. Basically, Argentina saw some rain over the weekend, and moving forward, the weather in South America will continue to be the driving force, not only in the corn market but also in the soybean market. And they had some pretty decent rainfalls, it sounds like, over the weekend. So the market seems to be pointing at that this morning, and they just haven't done much here this morning at all. So.
Anything we're looking forward to that might shake things up, or is it all eyes on South America?
Well, the funds need to find a reason to be buyers, and that'll change if the forecasts change. And basically the other news is China. You look at the soybean market. There's some optimism in the U.S. soybean demand from China. As they've halted shipments from 5 Brazilian soy suppliers following some phytosanitary issues. So we'll have to kind of watch that story as it develops. So there might be some more opportunity for U.S. soybean sales to China. And right now, you look at the year over year, we're ahead of schedule right now on our bean shipments into China. So, And then pressure in the wheat market is, we've got some heavy snow that's going to fall in the plains this week. So that's going to be good moisture that they've been looking for, a good cover for some cold weather potential. So, right now, weather's not a factor. So the funds are kind of selling things off as they were buyers last week. They're currently sellers this week, and that develops into a downward market, unfortunately. So.
And we ride the roller coaster. All right. What do you got on the board now?
Yeah, right now, let's call cash wheat down 11, 513 on the white, 438 on the red. New crop also down 11 at 559 on the white, 474 on the red. Cash corn currently down 8 at 409. New crop is down 7 at 389. Cash soybeans currently down 13 at 963. And new crop, let's call it down a dime, Charlie, at 959.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
Well,
Thanks,
not
Charlie.
tomorrow. We'll talk to you again later. All right. Gary Kaufman with Star of the West. Market report today brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust, making agricultural loans since 1895. Farming today continues to offer challenges that are very demanding, and Thumb Bank and Trust helps you stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation. Thumb Bank and Trust, serving you with locations throughout the Thumb and in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC. The market report also brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you're in the market for a new Ram professional truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, then it's time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And now everyone qualifies for employee pricing on all new in-stock 2024 Ram trucks. So head on over to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. Time for us to head on over to Oppenheimer, and that's where we find Doug Klein this morning. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
So, fun start to the week here, huh?
Yeah, a little bit rough. Other than deer hit an all-time high today, $482 a share. Didn't see that one coming, but still okay. Yeah, so a little bit of Chinese hacking going on. I don't know. They say one of their AI companies got hacked, and that started some kind of debacle here on the U.S. stock market. Nvidia is getting pounded pretty good today, almost 25 points down, 17%. So that's one of the, what do you call them, the pillars of the Magnificent Seven. So everybody just says, oh, well, if Nvidia is going down, we might as well go down too. So S&P down 0.9%, NASDAQ's down 3%. It's not the end of the world. They're still up for the year, and they still could recover for the week. We don't know, what tomorrow brings. Like I said, we'll just have to see. But right now, we're all in the red today. So the March corn, 478 3/4, down 7 3/4. September corn, 456 1/4, down 8. March soybeans, 1043, down 12 3/4. September soybeans, 1039 3/4, down 10 1/2. The March wheat, 532 3/4, down 11 1/4. And September wheat, 573 3/4, down 10 1/4. On the bright side, crude oil is 73.16, down $1.50. Heating oil is 237.41, down 7.5 cents. Gasoline 202.91, down 2 cents. Natural gas 321.5, down 23.5 cents, 6.8%. Over to currencies, it's pretty quiet in the currencies, all things considered. The U.S. dollar buys $1.4390 Canadian. That's up by 43 ticks. The dollar buys 154.14 yen. That's down by 184 ticks. The euro's at 104.93, unchanged, and the dollar's at 107.26, down 18 ticks. So precious metals kind of getting kicked around a bit today. Gold's at 27.4340. That's down 35.50 an ounce. Silver's 30.58, down 47 cents. Platinum's 9.53, down $7.30. Copper's at 424.5, down 7.5 cents.
All right. Well,
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I see why Terry decided to hand it off to me today.
Yeah, right.
Let me be the bearer of bad news, huh?
Lucky you.
All right, Doug. Thank you very much. You have a good one. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking with Bryce Stein from Michigan Sugar, and we'll see if Jerry Samolsky is around. That's next on Farm Service 790.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency, because, they understand the risks that you have as a Michigan farmer and an agribusiness owner. Now, they know that every farm they vary, like the crops in the fields. They know also that you are more than a number. They want to have a conversation with you. They want to get to know you. They want to get to know your family, your goals, and dreams for the future, and how important these things are to you. One-on-one, that's what it's all about, to get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. See them today. Give them a call. Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro, the Rummel Insurance Agency. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444.
Time now to head on over to Michigan Sugar Company, get an update on what's going on there. We say good morning to Bryce Stein. Bryce, how are we doing today?
Good. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. So how's Michigan Sugar?
Yeah, things are looking up. We've transitioned into some of our vented piles, and factory performance has kind of gone up along with that. So looking forward to getting into all vented piles. I think over the next week or so, we should transition into that segment. Just a few non-vented piles to wrap up over the next week or 10 days. Yep. And then the other thing too to make note of is next Thursday is our summit at Saginaw Valley Curtis Hall. Looking to see a lot of different growers there and a good turnout.
I'm pretty sure Terry will be there as well, so we'll definitely be looking forward to that.
Looking forward to talking with him. So
absolutely. Well, we'll talk with you again. Thank you for the update, and have a good one.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bryce Stein with Michigan Sugar Company. Bryce's update brought to you by Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane. Time to head on now to Jerry Samulski with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, staying warm?
Yes, we are, and we're staying especially colorful right now. We just, as we're speaking, the truck came in with a load of annual flowers for our annuals event. That's tomorrow, and it's at the State Theater, downtown Bay City. Come on out. We're going to have annuals to look at. And Chuck Martin from Dow Gardens, their retired senior horticulturist, is going to make a presentation. And this is a perfect time of year to get inside the State Theater and talk about annual flowers. So it's a great event coming up, and tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And if you want, give us a call, tell us you're coming. But if you forget and don't, just show up anyway. There's a lot of room.
There you go. Is this an annual event?
It's the annual event, yes.
All right. Well, hope you have a good turnout there at the State Theater in Bay City. What time is that again?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at the State Theater. All right, Jerry, thank you. We look forward to hearing about it.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jerry Samulski with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Eric Sawatsky from Yo and Yo. It's a busy time of year over there, and it will stay busy for a couple of months here. And Eric's got some information on how to make things a little bit easier on yourself during tax season.
For 100 years, Forward Energy has been more than just a home heat and fuel provider. We've been a part of your community, and you've been a part of our family through every storm, every season, and every moment. We've been right here, keeping you warm and safe. As your hometown energy provider, we deliver more than just propane. We deliver peace of mind with reliable service, quality you can count on, and a commitment to always being there when you need us most. Forward Energy, 100 years strong, fueled by family, powered by community.
Brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open Monday through Friday till 11 p.m.
Well, we heard a little bit about it earlier on when Art was talking with Baird and Company, but if you missed it, it's tax season, so we're going to head over to Eric Sawatsky from Yo and Yo Accounting. And Eric, I understand there's some updates that would be good to know moving into this tax season.
Yeah, the legislature, both the IRS and the state of Michigan have been busy, and I guess the courts as well, because one of the pieces we've been talking about for a while is the beneficial ownership information reporting. And this applied to all LLCs, partnerships, S corporations. And that due date to file was by the end of this past year. That got blocked in courts, and then injunctions released again and blocked again. Well, currently the Supreme Court of the United States voted on that and took the injunction off, but there's still a lower court ruling blocking that. So the summary is it's still a voluntary filing. If you haven't filed, it's not technically required at the moment, but we're keeping tabs on that one. But the penalties are pretty steep on that if that comes back in play. So we'll let you know if we hear more. A couple other updates with legislation. The House of Representatives for the state has passed some significant changes to the new sick pay requirements that are coming in for employers and to the minimum wage increases this year. So we're waiting to see if that's going to go through the state Senate. So far, only the House has approved it, but those are major changes that will be implemented. Currently, it's February 21st is when that would go into play. So another one we're kind of keeping an eye on, but definitely seeing progress on that. And then the final one is the Michigan legislature did pass changes to the flow-through entity tax. So this is any S corporations or partnerships in the state of Michigan where they actually are able to pay tax on behalf of the shareholders. There were some really burdensome rules with that. And with this new law that got passed, we're going to see a lot more user-friendly laws going forward, and some of that is retroactive for 2024. So definitely talk to your tax preparer on that if you're involved in it or not sure what that is and maybe should be.
Now, that first one that you were talking about that was kind of bouncing its way through the courts, that's mostly affecting small businesses, or is that something individuals need to be on the lookout for too?
It's any business that has set up an LLC or a partnership or an S corporation. So not just individuals, it would be generally businesses or rental properties or anything that has an entity set up that way.
Well, definitely something that applies to a lot of producers here in Michigan. So, Eric, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Hey, you too.
We'll talk to you again. Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo. We're going to take a quick break. Then I think we've got time for a special segment about the new Agriculture Secretary nominee from President Trump.
The name of the game in farming is profit. And if you want to put more profit into farming, get the help and seasoned sound advice you need from the pros at Star of the West. Sure, the question of selling or storing your harvest is an important one, and Star of the West with today's technology can give you the up-to-the-minute information you need to make the right decision, one that certainly affects profits. That's just one reason why you should take your corn, your soybeans, any of your crops to Star of the West. The other is well-trained, experienced, knowledgeable people who are true professionals in agribusiness. Star of the West offers you stability that no other firm in the area can approach. This means that people who are in the same positions year after year get to know your needs better and in general know the business better. Since 1870, Star of the West has been and continues to be the one to trust. Star of the West, keeping the valley growing since 1870. Frankenmuth, Reese, Richville, Gera, and Cass City. If you're looking at Carhartt, if you're looking for Red Wing shoes and boots, what about Stormy Cromer accessories? All available today at Ed Raymond & Sons. Quality clothing and shoes since 1919. at 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. Open 7 days.
And I commit to you today that if confirmed, I will do everything in my ability to make sure our farmers, ranchers, and rural communities thrive.
And that's Brooke Rollins in her opening statement Thursday to the Senate Ag Committee. She was asked about the U.S. ag trade deficit by Senator Michael Bennet of Colorado and whether Trump's tariff policy was the right way to tackle it.
In the last handful of years, we've gone from not having a trade deficit in our agricultural communities to having a $45 billion trade deficit. Of course, that has led to many challenges, including food inflation. And so there are many tools in our toolkit, both through USDA and expanding markets, which are all intertwined, to begin immediately to work to bring that deficit down and hopefully soon get it to zero.
Ranking member of the Senate Ag Committee, Amy Klobuchar, asked Rollins about how she would manage the nation's bird flu outbreak.
If confirmed, how you ensure that farmers have the resources they need to combat the spread of this virus. What is your plan?
We are hyper-focused on finding the team right now. I'm sure they're already working. I have obviously respected the process and not gotten too involved. But I know that the current team and the future team will be working hand in hand to do everything we can on animal disease.
Klobuchar also asked Rollins about her family's investments in the oil industry and whether that would impact her decisions regarding policies to further grow the biofuels industry.
Senator, I can promise you this. Anyone that has ever worked with me will tell you, even to the detriment of organizations I have run, detriment financially to my potential family, that I have never, not ever made a decision based on financial interest ever. And that certainly will not begin now.
That report from Michigan Ag Today. Farm Service brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed dealer, carrying a full line of corn and Enlist soybean seed, proven weed control designed to get you a better harvest. Right now, they have a good supply across all Dairyland varieties, including the new Vorseed and PowerCore Enlist traded corn hybrids. Contact Justin Varner for more information. From Freeland Bean and Grain, where serving you is their business. We now conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.